So John Mendrick. That tractor was
LLC, Hassler Diesel, Ingram Family Farms, J&C.
6 Pro Street trucks. Let's get across the scale, start getting them lined up. We got a couple of you guys coming up through here. We want to keep things moving along here. Second place, Joe Munderick from Mifflinburg with his 1066. Third place, Mason Siddall from Danville with that strong run of 60-30. Fourth place, Mike Corder from Millhall with the other deer. And fifth place, Ty Brenniger. Sixth place, DJ Boop with the Barnyard Kid. Seventh place, Matt Dersham. And eighth was Rick Hauk. That was on quite the run and come up just a little bit short with some mechanical issues. These trucks weigh 8,000 pounds, limited to 2.6-inch smoothbore turbo, no water injection or intercoolers, no rear wheels, no rear dual wheels, and they are limited to a 35 by 12.5 tires. So another truck that's fighting some gremlins. Hopefully that's not a theme for this evening, but if it's mechanical, it'll give you a headache. Their big brothers are coming in here later on. We have the 3.0 trucks here. We got a few of them here.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
The V8s. It's tougher to find guys, but there are guys out there. Same with the Fords. The John Deere's International is the most prevalent. And the trucks, the 5.9 and 6.7 Cummins is pretty much where it's been at. One of our 3.0 guys stepped up in the unlimited ranks this year, Matt Holbrook. And boy, oh boy, those big single charger trucks, they really make the horsepower. His first hook out, went out and ripped the whole entire drive line out of it. So the more power you make, the more parts you break. So hopefully this is just a simple matter of battery issues. I still say we need an interstate battery sponsor around here. Oh boy! Kind of sounded like a crossover pipe popped off there. Tractor guys kind of go down the center because the only steering we have is with the brakes. Every time you touch the brakes, you lose distance. So we try to stay towards the center, a couple feet inside the lines. These years, as Senpico Lubricants been a family business. You can tell me the answer to that. We have a free hat up here. So Matt May's coming to us out of Catawissa in the unlimited classes. A lot of the guys stay right in this class because it's a little bit more affordable. It's not quite as hard on parts with that smaller turbocharger. Once you get it together, you don't worry so much about the motors, you do your driveline parts. So Matt May's from Catawissa. Stretching that Cummins out through there, ladies and gentlemen. So we did have an answer to that. 115 years. Sun Pico. Here we go, folks. Building the boost. He's got to get this down through there. Dave Orwin Jr. Solid run. He's right up on that cone. Think we might have ourselves a new leader here. Wait for the distance board.
Oh, not quite. Looks like we have 333.63 for Dave.
He gave her a ride, folks. They are not allowed to have intercoolers. Those intercoolers, those guys dump ice in there, and they put 80 to 100 pounds ice in those intercoolers. And what happens there is it starts off up there as ice. They get down here at the finish line. There's nothing but warm water. You can put your hand down. It's not hot, but it's good and warm. So there won't be any ice cubes left floating in that. And that condenses that air and forces that air down inside those pistons and builds a little bit more horsepower. So that's the advantage of having an intercooler. This is one of our starter classes for the professional ranks of pulling, and they aren't quite allowed to have.
Hooked up right now, we have Renee Dean from Elwood City on the truck they like to call Harvest Wrecker.
The best, smoothest start. A lot of times, and get the right boost off there and pick the right gear. A lot of your hooks are won and lost right here in the starting line. Let's watch his technique and see what he's got. Put it right in the pile, he did. Nice solid run out of that truck. They were able to drop that. They were the test hook. They blew that clamp off. These turbochargers build quite a bit of boost. He's probably putting 50, 60 pounds of boost into that motor, maybe a little bit more. Yep, that's what it is. But he'll go home, somebody back there will tell him what he has to do there, but something's coming apart. Nothing terminal. Let's give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. He has his helmet off. That's a long ride to get here. A lot of work, a lot of preparation, a lot of washing, a lot of cleaning. And get these things together, get them out here. So we appreciate him coming out here tonight. And we'll have a run down here. We've got a new leader, 3:39.96. Mr. Matt May saving the best for last.
Reverse tractor, AKE Stock Freight, and our diamond sponsor is Jersey Shore Livestock. We appreciate the sponsorship that each one of those businesses give us to be able to put these shows on.
So I'm with that class is Matt Siddall from Danville with a green-blooded at 3. Small enough for you, young man, but let me take a look here.
Yeah. That's lame. Yeah.
Got an extra large Oliver shirt here. Anybody wearing extra large? Here we go. There we go. You have to walk very far. There you go, folks. You're welcome. One thing I know with this class, we're hurting for some trucks here tonight, but there's a lot of guys waiting for parts. And the parts system has been terrible this year, pretty much since COVID. And I don't know what the excuse is or what's going on, but boy, it's been brutal getting parts. I know we've been waiting for parts pretty much since December. Slowly starting to get things together. There's a couple of other guys that are here, they're still waiting on parts. So hopefully things will be together very shortly. And we get a full complement of these trucks. Boy, these guys really put on a show. This is a really good class. Right up there, 3:32.71 at 31 miles an hour. You notice back here, right around the 180-foot mark, that paint. There goes Greg Walker. This Street Zapping truck, strong running truck. Been out here many, many years. See what I was talking about, the difference of the dual wheels? And you can hear the RPMs in these trucks, how they just held the RPMs up there. And boy, they just carry the ground speed. A little more weight in the sled. Gearing's a little bit different for the sled, so they don't have the exact same setup in the sled that the 2.6 guys did, because these guys have that extra 500 horsepower and a lot more torque. I'd guess at least probably 400 or 500 foot-pounds more torque, and that makes all the difference in pulling. Horsepower is nice, but torque's what wind pulls. And these intercoolers really help with that. Then you get this little extra horsepower and a little extra torque. It's a little bit harder on the parts. So your driveline has to be right. Everything's pretty much built in, all ProFab parts in the driveline and stuff like that. They're drop boxes. They have the quick change gears in it, so they can go down there just like the big gas 4-wheel drives. They can do quick change in the gears and get into different track situations. They can up their gears, down them in a hurry. Sled hit him hard, hit him fast, but he is right up there on the pile. You notice a lot of times, especially with our tractors, when that box comes up and hits, it is hard enough that it gives you that little bit of shot and it adds a couple of feet to your distance. You can just feel that hit. You can feel that in the back of your neck and your helmet when that sled hits as hard as it did there. The way that sounded, that's the way that sled will hit sometimes, especially when you start hitting that 27 to 30 mile an hour range. So he was right up in there at 31.2 mile an hour. What do we have for a distance on him?
Distance for him puts him at the top of the class right now with 337.59.
So we
Hey, look, she got done your shirt. Yes, Mom, I did it. I saw my thumb. I put my thumb check on it. You want to see the one I got? I got it signed. Yeah, I got it signed by the driver.
veteran driver coming at you, ladies and gentlemen. These boys, these truck guys, they like to build a road, and they got that right side working down through. Earlier today it was a little soft in through here, but they've got a road built through that, and they just keep piling on, and he is right up there. What do you have for a distance up there?
3:38.04, so he is our new leader.
There we go. There's a winner of the class, Mr. Jason Heimbach with a Heimbach diesel truck. So now we're going to slide right into do another read.
Nelson's distance was 3:28.68 and going at 32.4 mile an hour.
That is moving for a 466 cubic inch tractor, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give that man a round of applause, folks.
Last time I don't think but I look,
Tractor's going down and working the track today. I'd like to thank them for letting us use those machines.
Here's a good-looking tractor, ladies and gentlemen. John Foreman, the tractor he calls It's Always Something. This is a 540 cubic. The tractor he calls a worst-case scenario. This is our heavy hitter. It's been stomping all over us last couple years. This year, last week it did get beat. Matt Howe got him out there at Mill Hall. So we're wanting to see how this is going to shake out here on this run. Yeah, Matt Sedol got him out there, yep. But yeah. So Paul France from Scott Run PA with a jackass pulling. Kyle Harder from Spring Mills PA with a sick obsession. Kim Freed from Beaver Springs with a Frogtown favorite. Adam Tice from Robosonia with the Untamed Outlaw. Carl Barnhart from Needmore PA with a midlife crisis. Bob Markey from Stroudsburg with his 75 GMC. Carl Burrow from Sailorsburg with his Dodge. Steve Zeckman from Jonestown with slightly modified. Nathan Harding from Lebanon. Keane Callon from Carlisle. Mike Mitchell Jr. from McClure with a Bone Crusher. .290.46 at 25 miles an hour. Once again, he is our test puller. Strong run for a motor that wasn't too happy. .300.16 at 26.2 miles an hour. Let's see what the Frogtown favorite can do here. Do believe it's safe to say we've got a new leader at 3:30.42 and 28.2 miles an hour. The hook. Solid run, 3:14.36 at 26.8 miles an hour. Good looking. He's going on there is this is an issue with some of these trucks. You'll see a lot of the guys now are taking their windshields out completely because heat from the motor on a humid night like tonight, those things fog right over and you can't see anything. So you see a lot of the guys now aren't running any windshields at all. You don't really want to put any kind of battery-powered strips up there because you don't have a lot of battery. This will be Carl Barnhart from Needmore, PA with a midlife crisis. So if he can see where he's going and keep her straight, he might be sticking his head out the side window because that motor builds heat. It's just going to make that situation worse. Just point it straight and wait till it sounds expensive and step on it and make it even worse. Solid run, 3:19.80 at 28.4. Still coming up a little. Glad to have him up here with us. The run he was looking for, but let me tell you folks, that was some good driving right there. 282.53 at 22 miles an hour. It doesn't show in the distance, but if he would have stayed in that thing, there would have been parts laying all over the place. That hopping will break these drive lines. These guys run pretty close to stock drive lines. We had that rain on early on, and you guys stuck with us and came back. We thank you very much for that. Carl's got a new wrap on this truck this year. Calling the truck whatever it takes now. But Carl's been around for many, many years. Very, very strong competitor. Solid run, 3:12.47 at 27.3. Gonna come up a little bit short. Burnouts are fun and great, but the roads are wet. There's some mud on the road up there. We don't need anybody having wrecks here, hot rodding through the pits. So please don't be that guy, folks. That's not cool at all. It's not funny. It's not neat. Steve Zeckman, coming to us from Jonestown, PA. $298.90, 26.6. Nice solid run for Steve. 26.6. 3:10:04 at 26.6. So it's either going to be Kane Colonna coming to the sled or Paul France from Scott Run, PA. So it looks like Paul France is up next from Scott Run, PA. This was our test puller earlier on.